South Puget Sound is known for its laid-back, beautiful landscape, amazing views of Mount Rainier. And because of that, you can maybe think to yourself, well, is it very upscale? Do we have any of those type of like bougie locations? And you are more than in luck because we've got a lot of it. Now we're gonna highlight 5 places today that I think are absolutely amazing if you want a little exclusivity in your life.
We're John and Charity. We're local realtors here in the South Puget Sound area, and we help people just like you every week figure out the best place to live for their ideal lifestyle. So let's jump in with the #1 spot that you can move to if you are looking for upscale living.
And that is Fox Island. This is really great because there's a bridge access and you're either on or off, and everybody who lives there basically knows each other, and it is exclusive to say the least.
Fox Island is part of Gig Harbor, but as Joe said, it's its own little island, so it's exclusive to just you and your neighbors. People love living here because, I don't know, what feels better than just being exclusively on an island with just a few people?
That is delightful. Yes, basically you'll get to know your neighbor, or you won't. It's up to you. You get to choose, and it's the Northwest. It's always rain, so you can go inside and avoid them. So that's always true. However, this island is close to all of the amenities of Gig Harbor. So it's not that you're out in the middle of nowhere, stranded at all, like Gilligan's Island. This is far different than that. It has everything that you're looking for close to your hands.
The type of homes that you're going to find here are going to be all facing the water. So they're going to have a lot of glass and a lot of views available to see from that side. But from the other side, it's going to look like craftsman style homes, modern style homes. You are going to have different eras of homes that were built in this region. So you may get something that's dated back to the 70s, and you may get something that's brand new.
However, on Fox Island, you're going to find lots from 1 acre and sometimes up to 5 acres, which is very, very large to say the least.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible to be on the island and have that much space around you.
It really is. We're going to jump into an example of what just sold this past year on Fox Island to give you a good feel of this is what you potentially could find if you're in the market.
This amazing waterfront home sold for $4.1 million, and it's 5,595 square feet. So plenty of room for you and
sprawl out. A couple guests
that
come visit for the weekend and then leave.
It's on a ½ an acre. It has a 100-foot deep water dock, which means you can pull your giant yacht up to that dock and park it there. In fact, you could have 2 parked there, which is not something that you're going to get on all the waterfront properties around here because some of the inlets are pretty shallow, but this is quite unique about this house.
A couple of features I think are just wonderful about this house. Obviously, your outdoor living space off of your kitchen. I think this is a really great example of luxury in the Northwest. Everything's going to be oriented back towards the water so that you have great views for entertaining. This kitchen here for sure is designed for both family living and entertaining. So it's comfortable to live in as well as comfortable to have guests in.
Another wonderful feature about this house is above the garage, you have your own guest quarters. So when your friends and family do come visit, they've got their own space that's nice and private.
Yeah, and this is great because as you know, when guests comes over, sometimes people like their coffee early in the morning, sometimes mid-morning, and it's nice to have them make those own decisions without being in your private space. Some people on the top of their list is island, quaint, quiet lifestyle. However, you might be thinking to yourself, I really envision myself playing golf and pickleball and tennis and have a really lovely home in a gated community that kind of feels very safe and secluded. Well, we've got the next place for you, and that is Canterwood.
Canterwood is the place that has all of the things Joe was talking about and more. You also have a swimming pool, you also have a clubhouse, you have events that are going on. Everybody in the neighborhood is safe. And when I say safe, I mean very safe. This is not just a gated community. There's 24-hour guard patrol. They actually drive around constantly to make sure that everybody is safe. They'll do checks for you when you're on vacation to make sure your home is safe. They'll also come and check on your house if an alarm goes off. They are trained in CPR and have defibrillators, so if there's an emergency, they're there to help. So many things are included in this neighborhood, and safety is their #1 priority, as well as a good time.
Yeah, it does. It has both of that. Hey, you are safe to have a good time. So you go and get it and you'll have backup for sure. This really is a community that we've loved. We've helped clients in this community, have a friend that lives up in this neighborhood, and I love and adore it for all of the reasons we just said. So let's take a look at what you could expect to find if you're in the market in this neighborhood.
You're going to find contemporary homes. You're going to find very Northwest looking homes. You're going to have very classic homes. Every house is different, which is a wonderful thing. You don't want to have houses that look the same as yours when you're in an exclusive type of neighborhood as this. So this is really ideal for this. That means if you're looking for a certain type of home, you might want to wait a little while and see what comes on the market. Here's an example of one that sold this last year for $2.6 million.
Now, this is a wonderful Northwest contemporary, and there is a lot of space everywhere. One of the features that I adore about this house was similar to the last one. It has a separate ADU. So when your guests come to stay, they really have their own privacy, and you have it as well. So that when you do want to come together for holidays or for whatever type of event that you're having, you'll have space for everyone, and they have their own space, and you have your own space.
And this space is not like some others where it's just, a little room, maybe a studio. The kitchen in this place is the size of most people's kitchen or the size of hardly anybody's kitchen. It's giant. It's amazing. So your guests are really going to feel like they have their own space. Another thing that was really amazing about this property is it was set up to have a swimming pool in the courtyard area, and it's already been permitted to have that done. The new buyers had the option of putting a pool in, which is pretty awesome. This property overall just wows. From the European hardwood floors to the polished concrete floors, to the beautiful kitchen cabinets, to the amazing master suite. There's just a lot to love.
Everything about it that I love. Overall, in this community is very wooded. So regardless of how open a home feels, it feels secluded and away from the neighbors or tucked away or just built perfectly. The design on this community, I think, was quite fantastic. Bravo to the builder and how they laid this community out for both privacy, security, and a community that you can get involved in.
So if country club living isn't quite the style you're looking for, we're going to take you further south. We're headed to Olympia right now, and in Olympia, there's a neighborhood called the Reserve, and the Reserve is quintessential Northwest living. All of the lots are 1 acre or more, and these houses are craftsman style, so it just feels like it was made to be right here in the Pacific Northwest.
Although this neighborhood doesn't have its own private golf club, it is close to Olympia's Golf and Country Club.
Right, so if you still want to belong to a country club, you have the option, and it's really not very far away. You're also quite close to all the beauty that comes with living in all of Olympia, which means plenty of waterfront and beaches and parks, and all the amazing outdoor grandeur that is in Olympia.
Now we're going to give you an example of a home that sold this past year, and you will notice it is a little bit less expensive. We wanted to highlight that because you do have really amazing communities that are very affordable even at the top of the price range.
This home sold for $1.3 million, just over 4,200 square feet and on just about an acre. It is beautifully forested, and the outdoor living spaces are meant to highlight that. Wonderful covered patio, which is great in the Pacific Northwest, with a huge fireplace. You can sit out there all year round and enjoy your seclusion.
If you ever did decide to go from the outdoors inside, you're going to be happy in there as well. This home is full of luxury features, from the ensuite to the kitchen to the living spaces with the family, and that entry space that does feel quite grand.
Obviously, this home is beautiful, but it may not be exactly the type of neighborhood you're looking for. Maybe the wooded, secluded lifestyle is not what you're looking for. You're looking for some water views. Then we are going to take you to another area in Olympia called Boston Harbor.
Now, I love Boston Harbor. It's got its own quaint community feel that I adore. It has a marina there, so you have your boat if that's where you'd have it, and it also has amazing homes that are on the water or with spectacular views. Not just water, but the Olympic Peninsula in the background. It's got it all.
This neighborhood has a very eclectic mix of houses, some very large homes right on the water, and some very cute, quaint cottages that are tucked up inside on the inner streets. Almost every house, though, has a view of the water, which is really amazing. And if you look on a map, you will see that it is really on its own. It's on the far out point in Olympia, and you're driving through basically farmland, and then you get out there and it opens up to this wonderful community. It does really feel like it's really its own little town, but it isn't. It's just part of Olympia. We have some clients that we've helped buy a home there, and they absolutely love it. They would never, ever want to leave. In fact, they sold their house particularly to get into this neighborhood. So if you can find a home in this neighborhood, you are going to love it.
Here's an example of a home that sold this past year that epitomizes waterfront living. Now, I think of this house as kind of more over like a villa. I don't mean a villa in Italy, but I mean like a West Coast cedar-clad villa that I would never leave.
This house sold for $3.4 million. It's a little over 4,700 square feet and on a third of an acre. And it is, as you can see, very coastal. I love the way it looks on the outside and the inside. Gorgeous gardens, beautiful classic features on the inside. Joe and I were just talking about this house as we were looking at it and thinking it would look great 50 years from now, it's going to look great because it has such a classic style.
Yeah, they've done such a wonderful job designing this home inside and out, for the living spaces on the interior to the living spaces outside of the home. It flows in and out really perfectly, especially right there on the water. And I think this is a perfect example of what you could get for $3.4 million. It is the lap of luxury and then some.
Yeah, just look at the beach. So you don't always have perfect access out your door to the water. A lot of times you have high bank properties and you can see the water, but this one you have sweeping views and just walk right out your door and you're on your own beach.
Honestly, who could want more? However, you may be thinking to yourself, all of this quiet living and lifestyle, I'm not sure I could handle that. I really do need people around me. Well, if that's you, possibly you need therapy or this next place for you to live.
We are taking you now back to the Tacoma area and we are going to show you Point Ruston and the Ruston area. Now, Point Ruston is a completely new development, and some of you may be looking for condo living, and if you are, this is the ideal place for you. It strongly competes with the waterfront condo living in Seattle with such a better price point and amazing amenities. So right below the condos, you have all kinds of shopping, so many restaurants, you have a movie theater, you have store, you have a market, you have a beautiful walkway all along the water. You've got bike rentals and kayak rentals. It is really like resort living.
Now, here's an example of a condo that sold this past year for around $1.8 million, and it is a penthouse, and it comes with the penthouse views. Absolutely astonishing.
Yeah, this one in particular had a lot of upgrades that the previous owner did. It wasn't just the standard condo that you got when you bought the place. It has been totally worked over and customized, and it is quite beautiful.
You may be thinking to yourself, condo living might not be for you, but you do want that urban feel and lifestyle, or at least close proximity to it. Now, in this area, what is fantastic is there are large single-family homes as well. Here's an example of one that I think gives you wonderful luxury features and close to urban amenities.
This house sold for $2.8 million, and it was over 6,900 square feet on a quarter acre. There's some room there.
That's right. Some room to sprawl out, bring your friends over, or just sprawl out and never invite anyone over. Either one is a good option. This home has multiple decks, great outdoor spaces. It has an ADU, so your guests can come over and they can have their own space, and you have yours, which is wonderful and fantastic. This kitchen is wonderful. Now, it's one of those that even if you don't cook, just pretend. Everybody will believe you're a great cook in this kitchen.
Just because you have that beautiful kitchen.
Absolutely right. You can fake it for sure.
That's right. Or you could send the guy over there out to go cook outside on that beautiful patio.
That's true. Don't even have to make a mess on the inside.
Exactly. We love this house and this location. As you can see on the map, it is right along that Ruston area as well. So you have really close access to Ruston Way, the walkway, all the amenities that we just shared, and you are very close to downtown Tacoma as well. So you've got theater district and museum district. So if you are looking for urban living and you don't quite want to be in Seattle, this is definitely the location for you.
So there you have it, our top 5 luxury living locations in the South Puget Sound area, from Gig Harbor down into Olympia and then back up in Tacoma. So there's something for any type of lifestyle that you're looking for, from your island to your gated community to private seclusion in the woods or waterfront or urban lifestyle. You got it all.
So if one of these locations feels like it's going to be a great fit for you, or you need to do some more exploring, just reach out to us on the number below, or feel free to email us using the link in the description below. And if you've enjoyed watching this video, we're going to flip the script on the next one so you can see the most affordable places to live in South Puget Sound. So click that link and here we go.